Why is a Scrum Master a critical member of a Scrum team? I think many companies think they're not. You kind of sit there and say, what does a Scrum Master do? What do they deliver? They're not a developer. They're not there building a product. They're not the product owner. They're not being that interface into the customer and their needs. So what are they doing? And the way that I'll often point it back to them is with a question. Name me one elite athlete or sports team that doesn't have a coach. Can you? I can't. I remember Andy Murray making worldwide news because he sacked his coach. There you go, an elite level tennis player got rid of their coach. But that wasn't what the news articles were about. They were the fact that he hadn't replaced his coach. So he'd sacked one person and not immediately had somebody else. That's world news. An elite athlete doesn't have a coach. And why do these people want coaches? Why was Alex Ferguson, one of the most successful football managers ever, paid millions of pounds a year to not kick a football, to not score a goal? It's because they know how to get the best out of other people. Athletes have coaches to work with them. The coach is not as good as they are in the discipline they're in. But what they are good at is helping that athlete improve. Take time to reflect, think about how they could be better and give it a go, and hold that objective stance to see, are you better because you did that or not? Are you improving? This is the role of a Scrum Master. They're going to work with the team and the wider organisation to help them reflect, help them think about how can they be better, how can they improve, help them have the discipline to stick to what they've said they're going to do. It's so easy for us to backslide that sometimes we just need somebody there to help us hold ourselves to account. That's the role of a Scrum Master. So if you're the best team in the world, the likelihood is that a Scrum Master can still help you be a little bit better, because we can always improve. None of us are perfect. No team has reached that pinnacle, and no team ever really will. But the Scrum Master's role is to believe they can be better. Not perfect, but better. We can improve today from yesterday, and we can continue that on and on and on. When you're working with teams, remember that. Part of your role is knowing, really knowing in your bones that this team can be better than it is. How it's going to improve, you might not know. The team might not know, but that's okay. What we do is we know it and we hold that dear, and we tell them, we encourage them, we entice them forwards with a vision of a better way of working, a better future. And in doing so, we're going to create the motivation to find out how to be better. The team are going to try things out and improve. And that vision is suddenly becoming a reality. And we're going to do it again and again and again, week after week after week. Okay. So if you want that in your team, somebody acting in that role of a Scrum Master becomes vital. If you don't want that in your team, that's okay. There's no requirement. You don't have to do Scrum. But you have to understand the downsides if you're going to be a professional in this environment. If you don't have somebody acting as a coach for your team, what's going to happen is human nature will kick in. You will stop seeking improvements at some point, maybe not today, maybe not next week, but you're going to stop seeking them. You're going to become comfortable. You're going to become happy. You're going to look around and you're going to think, we're better than the other teams around us. Why do we need to improve? We're better than they are. But two things are going to happen when you reach that stage. One, they're going to be improving, so they're going to close that gap. Okay. But two, your bad habits are going to start creeping back in. You're comfortable, and with that comes the belief that you know better, that the way you do it today is the best way possible. And slowly, over time, you're actually going to get worse. So not only are these teams getting better around you, but you're closing the gap towards them by moving down the pole. Without a coach in your team, it's so easy to fall into that trap. Without a coach in athletics, in sports, it's so easy for those teams to fall into that trap. This is the importance, the vital nature of a coach on your team. It is not to do the job, but it's to help you be better at doing your job every day, holding you accountable so that you continually improve in your role and in the delivery of your products. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.